Will Bruce Wayne be able to save his son Damian from the clutches of the devil Nezha? Well, let's hop into the pages of Batman vs. Robin issue number 2 and find out together, shall we? Alrighty then, so in the last issue we discovered despite being called Batman vs. Robin, this brand new Mark Waid story actually deals a whole lot with the magical side of the DC universe. We're introduced to two more mind-controlled thralls of the devil Nezha this issue, and oh boy is Mark Waid having a lot of fun doing some deep cuts. It's Jinx and Tannarak, everybody. Don't remember these characters? Don't worry, because there's a lot of that going on in this book. The two have come all the way to Atlantis to steal yet another powerful magical artifact, this time the Jewel of Arion. Arion, of course, if you remember your Aquaman lore, was an ancient king of Atlantis and also a Lord of Order. In fact, Jinx and Tannarak note, hey, wasn't he resurrected once or twice? With their prize in hand, the two return to the Tower of Fate where they compare notes with even more magical characters who are under the control of Devil Nezha. This time around it's Clarion the Witch Boy as well as Zor. They had just come back from stealing Ragman's magical soul suit, and now that it seems the devil, with the help of Mother Soul, is actively going out of their way to siphon off all the magical power from the items they're stealing, and put said stolen power into the Helmet of Fate for some reason, which, as you'll probably notice, doesn't have any owner right now, be it Kent Nelson or Khalid. Also, holy crap, someone remembered Black Alice existed and put her in a story. You know what? Round of applause, Mr. Waid. Points to you. Now, even though Damian is under the same mind control as everyone else, he's not responding to it in the same way. He thinks the treatment of Black Alice and the others is cruel, implying that maybe a shred of the real Robin is in there somewhere under all of that brainwashing. Now, where's Batman while all of this is going down? Well, after getting kicked out of his Batcave at the end of the previous issue, him and the mysteriously resurrected Alfred are hitting the road trying to find any clues. A cryptic message from a half-alive Zatanna directed the Dark Knight to the House of Secrets, an epicenter of magical power in the DC universe, and once upon a time, their answer to Tales from the Crypt. Of course, by the time they get there, Felix Faust, another very prominent magical villain, is having an absolute freakout right now and remembering the time that he turned the Justice League into his fingers. Again, the deep cuts in this book, I tell ya. Actually, hey, speaking of continuity, this is the second time Batman has beaten up Felix Faust in the pages of a Mark Waid Batman story, because he did it over in the Batman Superman book, which is a prelude to Batman vs. Robin. The House of Secrets itself is one giant twisted fever dream, one that Batman and Alfred are gonna have to ride like the bad trip it is if they want answers to what exactly is going on here. First and foremost, they end up falling ass backwards into Damian's memories of what happened over in the Joshua Williamson Robin book. Batman knew that his son had entered an anime-style fighting tournament where he met several new colorful friends and allies. What he didn't know, though, is that together they defeated the demon of the Lazarus Pit, or that Damian had met his great-grandmother on Lazarus Island, the new villain Mother Soul. Unlike Ra's al Ghul, who only wanted to kill a certain amount of the population on Earth to try and bring about peace and ecological restoration, Mother Soul believed the entire world was rotten to the core, and the only way that it could be saved is if that everyone on Earth was cleansed in demonic fire. So yeah, crazy kinda runs in the family, but you already knew that. What you might not, though, know, according to Mother Soul, as she explains in an actual literal play setup, the origins of the life-saving Lazarus Resin and the origins of Devil Nezha are actually deeply tied. You see, apparently the first person historically ever to try and use the power of Lazarus Resin to cheat death was actually an old ancient Chinese warlord who turned the resin into a potion to save the life of his son. That son, you'll of course know if you read Batman Superman from Waid, ended up becoming the Devil Nezha. With this new important game-changing information in hand, Batman and Alfred must rush against the clock and the strange otherworldly inhabitants of the House of Mysteries to try and escape and get back on with their quest. Of course, the house isn't done screwing with them yet. After getting past Cain and Abel and the weird sisters, Batman also comes face to face with a vision of Talia, which he knows is a vision, because she lacks her trademark scent, also because she's in her classic white suit, even though Joshua Williamson made a big deal about giving her a brand new green costume and then other writers just suddenly forgot. The final hurdle that Batman must overcome is another twisted vision of Damian, who says that this is the ultimate punishment that his father always had coming to him for never getting over any of his own emotional trauma, instead only roping in in more and more defenseless orphan children into his never-ending, self-flagellating crusade against evil. Well, shit, Batman, he's kind of got your number on that one, doesn't he? Also, apparently Damian has become such an accomplished sorcerer in just a short amount of time under the care of Devil Nezha and Mother Soul, he's actually able to essentially hijack this illusion for himself and know exactly what Batman is up to. Why, he's ascended to such a level of new power, Mother Soul and the Devil have a gift for Damian, a Batman suit to call his very own, and if that suit looks familiar to you, it should, because it's the Batman of Bethlehem suit, also known as the Batman number 666 suit from the Grant Morrison era of Batman comics, wherein we got to take a look into a dark future wherein Damian became Batman. Ironically, he was also implied to have magic powers in that story too, and holy crap, Mark Waid really is just a deep cut machine. Call him Mr. Ginsu, cause he's just cutting all over the place. But of course, a new Batman will need a Robin, only Damian doesn't have to choose one, because thanks to the Devil's mind control, he now has all of them under his sway. Yes, that's right, Batman vs. Robin wasn't just talking about Bruce versus Damian, it was talking about Bruce versus everyone. As the comic comes to a close, Batman and Alfred manage to escape the House of Secrets, and Bruce says that he's probably never been angrier at a villain than he is right now with Devil Nezha and Mother Soul. They've stolen his friends and children, turned them against him, but now Batman's going to get them all back one step at a time. And then if nothing else, he's happy that Alfred has returned to his side right now in his moment of need, because with him at his back, he feels like he can do anything. The only problem is Alfred looks like he has a couple dark secrets of his own he's hiding. I mean, just look at that shadow. And so that was Batman vs. Robin issue number 2, everybody, and once again, I am loving this series way more than I should love any series called Batman vs. Robin, but geez, hand it to Mark Waid to turn into something super cool. There's action, there's adventure, there's interesting character moments, there's more deep cuts and DC lore shoutouts than you can shake an encyclopedia at. Yes, admittedly, this issue was just Batman getting up to speed on stuff that you would already know if you were reading the Robin book, but hey, I get the strong feeling that a lot of people didn't read that book. Or they were trade-waiting Batman Superman, so I guess it's good this story does exist, even just as a refresher to those people. The art is solid too, there's a great sense of movement, and there's some really awesome hero shots of both the good guys and the bad guys alike. Overall, I'd give this one a very positive 8 out of 10. Yeah, again, shocked that I'm liking this one as much as I am, but really happy I'm liking it as much as I am.
Hey there everyone, Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you see, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. It really helps drive engagement and helps me out too. Also, if you are a patron, which you can become for as little as $1 a month, you will get exclusive content that no one else can ever see, and you'll get to see the Comic Multiverse podcast before anyone else too. You can check out all this and more down in the description. And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.